All right, let's buckle in here. So it is week 4. This is our custom character game. It's the Barrow Wight versus the Warlock versus the Goblin versus the Witch. The scores are up in the upper right. The Goblin has a slim lead, 9 to 8 to 7. The Warlock's sort of out of it, but that's fine. We can always try to score a point or two. We're drinking tonight Teeling Irish whiskey, small batch. It's pretty tasty. It's like a 92 proof. It's good and finished in rum casks. So it's delicious. Figure hang out. We'll drink a little bit. We'll play a little bit of Magic Realm. It's the last week. I did draw event cards. It was a little disappointing. We got one dead adventurer here, where everything else is. And we also got a strongman and a dwarf. The strongman's here, the dwarf's up here. These will not play any real role in the end of the game. No one's going to hire them for a couple days, which is what all we're going to have left here. So let's see what we got. So let's look at the Barrow Wight's prospects here. Let's say he comes in. He will need to rest and spell X and spell. So he'll need 3 phases just to get this settled. So that's here. He does 3 phases. That's 1 day. Then he's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 days. Then he's got 1, and then he's got to find this. So 3 days. So right, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So in optimistic, in 5 days, he can get that settled. Okay, so let's think about that. In 5 days, if everything goes well, he can get this unenchanted, open this loop up. I'm pointing. It's useless. He can get this opened up. He can go into here, pop all of this, and get 2 points for that. That'll give him 7 points. And if he happens to, so he has to find this. If he happens to also find this in the meantime, that gives him 8 points. He can score 8 points like that. Assuming it all goes fine. So okay. I mean, and that's, so be it, right? The other thing he could do, let's see. Yeah, I mean, he could try to grab the adventurer, run back to the end. That's a single point. If the treasure was amazing, you might get 2.5 points. So you're going off of a pretty rough treasure draw to try to manage that. What I'm going to say is, let's, we're going to proceed. So I'm going to move to 4. Rest, spell X, and spell, maybe. And that will get me the purple and so on, right? So I go here, I'm going to rest a chit, I'm going to spell X and spell, done. And in theory, that gets me that. The only bad roll would be a 3 in that case, in which case I'd get wolves. And that's probably a death at this juncture. I'm probably not a portion to kill a bunch of wolves, though you could live behind the breastplate for a while, maybe. So, done. He's going to score 3 points. He is done. The Warlock, this is a little dicier. I don't necessarily love this, especially with the Miner and then the Dead Adventurer here. You could make the case, and the Goblin's gone. You could make the case that you should charge up there and try desperately to help this guy for a point, to grab the Dead Adventurer for 2 points, and then run back. Well, you have to run back to get the 2 points, and then you'd be done. But my guess is it's not going to go that well for him. So I think what I am hoping for is to get in here. So his plan is, so he has enough to cast the kill here, the drain life, but he has to stay hidden. If he doesn't stay hidden, I think that he's dead. I don't think he can fight the 2 serpents. The 2 serpents are a little too much for him. The big one isn't alone. So I think we're hoping for a little. I think the Warlock is going for it. Like he can get Dragon Slayer. He can get 2nd place in prowess. So that is 1.5 points right there. At that point, I think he is trying to find the dig, and that's a 2nd point. So that's 2.5 points to give him 7.5. And that's going to give him a large treasure also, and we don't know what that's going to be, and we'll have to see. So I think that is where we are going with this. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hide. So we're going to hide, rest, move, 2, 3. So rest to get this chit back, go in to 3. Done. I think the Goblin's looking for the vault. So 1, 2, and hide. So move, 6, and extra hide. And he does have actually an extra phase, another extra phase in caves. So he can actually move to the vault. So he can actually move to 3. Yes, he has Shielded Lantern. And that will actually get him to the vault. So that's what he's going to try. And then he is going to activate the Phantom Glass along the way, because that actually makes it easier for him to find the damn vault, because it's a 5 or a 1 on Magic Sight. We are at the White Witch. The White Witch is going to try to explore that borderland. She's going to try. She has take cover. So that is good. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So she's going to. Now she is. Oh, she has an extra hide phase. That's great. Okay, so extra hide done. That's the first thing she does. She's going to move to Borderlands 3. That's the vault. She's going to rest. Done. That's where she's at. And I think that's it. So let's get day 22 sort of started here. It's 6, so it's bats. I don't know who that's bad for, but all right, sorcerer. Well, he's not the sorcerer, he's a damn warlock. He is going to hide twice, and he does. He's going to rest once. It doesn't really matter. He probably shouldn't have done that. And he's going to hidden move into here. What's the monster roll? It's bats. So no bats today. Just all these guys. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and here. And are we hidden or not? Gotta roll some dice. He is hidden when he gets there. Bats? No bats. Done. The White Witch goes 1, 2, 3. I think she is hidden when she gets there. Yep, because she has an extra hide. It's not going to matter, but she is also hidden. So both of them are in that spot. Our Barrow White goes 1. He rests. He's going to spell X and spell. That's going to flip that chit, and he is done. Does he get bat? No, no bats. So we're good. That was the day. It's day 24. The Barrow White is going to spell X and spell. That's going to flip the thing. He's going to move 2. Oh, we're a day behind. We are 1 day behind. So be it. And we're going to move into the cliffs. There's no reason not to move into the cliffs at this point. Done. We are a day behind because we did not have the capability to flip that thing originally. And so there you go. So done. So we're going to flip it, go 1 and 2 is where we're going to end up. The Warlock. Oh, I'm sorry. The Warlock at the end of the day has a fight. So we are fighting. Hold on. Not quite done yet. So no one's on our sheet, which is nice. So we are going to take this guy. We're going to cast the nuke. That's going to fatigue this and this. This is an auto hit and an auto kill. There's nothing he can do. He's not on our sheet, blah, blah, blah. So we nuke the dragon, and that is absolutely the case. Then we do have to roll ambush. If we don't ambush, that's going to suck a little bit for us. We do not ambush. So now all these guys come to our sheet. We can't run from them. We have to burn melt into mist. We have to burn purple. We are melted. Do we stay here? Yeah, we probably just stay here at the moment. Are we buddies with the soldiers, or do we hate the soldiers? We are unfriendly with the soldiers. That's too bad. We were hoping to avoid that because we're hoping to save that. Because now we're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to do like all. So anyway, nonetheless, so let's figure that out. So we did kill a dragon. So the warlock does score, and I don't know what he killed before. I think he killed the octopus or something, right? I don't know. Don't know what he killed, or the demon. But he had 8 points before, which sort of sucks because I don't have it written down. So again, I'm better at my sheet management than last game, but still obviously not great. I'm going to put him up here somewhere. And I think he gets what, 8 more, I believe. Or is this more points? Let's see. It is 10. Even better. So that does give him 18 prowess. Now the nice thing about 18 prowess for him is it gives him a whole point instead of the half point that he has. It takes it away from the Barrow White, so that's not really a bonus, and gives him 7.5. He also scores Dragon Slayer, and that is his 5th card point? Yes. And that puts him at 6.5. So So none of that sucks. And I mean, I don't really super care, but I will put this aside in case it matters. He needs to return somewhere to turn that in for a potion, but I don't think I care at this point. So he is done there. What I do care, we will draw the card in case it's something. He gets a lost pouch. Ooh, I like that actually a lot. That's a super boon. Lost pouch. You found a lost coin pouch. Roll to see what group it belongs to. You can open it and keep it for 3d6 gold. But you're going to lose a level of relation with the group or bring it to them and get a VP. So he's going to roll right now to see who that lost pouch belongs to. 1 to 8 could be anybody. 6, the woodfolk. Well, that sucks. You know he's opening that crap because who the hell cares what the woodfolk think? They're not even on the board for crying out loud. So he is unhidden, and he is wherever he is. Done. Okay, so that is the day then, I think. And we are trying to write day 23. So for day 23 for the Barrow White, we got that. So he's going to move. For day 23 for our guy, we've got to get out of Dodge. So how crappy are the soldiers with us? They're fine with us. So let's move to the house. And then we need to extra spell X and spell. That it gives us a purple. So we're going to get one of these purples is going to be flipped, which is nice. We need that. So that's 2 phases. I mean, I suppose. So literally, if we roll an 18, we cannot catch up in gold. I might want the phase right now more than I want the money. I might just suck it up here. So if I just suck it up, so that gives me 1. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move to the house for sure. We're going to rest once. It's going to pull that one back. Then we can spell X and spell, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, done. And we'll have a bunch of purple ready to find that archaeological dig. The goblin. So the problem with the goblin right now is he can't loot the vault. The vault is unlootable. He does not have tremendous strength to loot the vault. He does want to find it just to score the point, I think. The witch here, 2, 3. So she has scored at least 2 things. So anyway, the goblin. Oh no, well, okay, sorry. The goblin is going to hide once, search 3 times, hope he finds the vault. The white witch is going to go, and she's rested up. So I think what she's going to do is go 1, 1, 2, 3. She's going to just go. I don't like any of that. The Borderlands is a little bit of a pain unless you found this. This is actually huge. This is a big. That's a big passage. You don't think it, but it is. That would probably save her. Let's see. So if she could go 1, 2, 3, 4, this saves her almost a day, I think, because now she's gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Yeah, I think it's a day. If she had found this, and Ruins 1 to 5 is like that in my opinion, and obviously there's some of these like Cavern. This Cavern 5 to 3 is a huge deal, and 4 to 1, like that are just big time savers, right? Big time savers. So she has 3 and 2. And she is in 3 right now. Yeah, none of it's any better, by the way. 1. Well, with the caveat that she has to rest to do that anyway, not a big fan. Okay, so she's going to extra hide. And she's going to go 1, 2, 3. So she's going to go 6, 1, 6. Because she has an extra phase in caves. So extra hide. You're going to move to 6. Extra move to 1. And then move back to 6. Done. So that's what she is doing. So we all have day 23 written. We all have day 23 written. What is the monster roll on 23? And did we? And yeah, I think we were good on 23. I think everything got checked. Or 22, I should say. 1. So we got dragons coming up. So she is going to go 1, 2, 3, but she is going to be hidden. So that's 1 and 6 that she has theoretically scored on her Explore Borderland quest here. Did she hide properly? She did. So she is hidden. And that's going to draw a lot of crap all of a sudden. So what do we got here? We've got Smoke C. That is this guy. And that's on her. We have Slither 3. Slither C? Yep. Done. And that's on our guy. Because he appears in that clearing. So this is going to make things a little harder to move around in. And he is done. Our sorcerer goes down here. He rests. Pulls back, I think, this one. Sure, right? Barely matters which one at this point. And then he spells and spells. There we go. And he is done. Does anyone appear at the house? No. The goblin. Ooh, the goblin. The poor goblin has to hide. If he doesn't hide, he's trapped by the dragon. He's going to hide, though. He doesn't hide, actually. So he's blocked by the dragon. Done. And, indeed, this dragon also appears on him. Because he's not blocked by her. He hears and runs to him. Done. So that wastes a day of his, which sort of sucks. That is the big badness. This guy enchants the tile and then gets and moves and finally moves to the cliff. Boom, like that. That is his move. He burns this guy doing that. Does anything appear in the cliff? No. And that is the day. We have to roll on the sorcerer here. They're a no deal. And he has got to get out of dodge, I believe, because he can't fight those guys. Does he have a move 3? He does. So he's going to fatigue. He's going to play this, fatigue a move, and he's going to bolt out of there. And that is day 23. Now that's going to that makes his life way harder. And strangely enough, that's good for the White Witch and the Barrow White, who are looking to maybe score a point or two and catch up with him. So now he's got to figure out what to do, and she's got to figure out how to get to 4 and 5. So, okay, Barrow White. So he has explored the cliff, and he has done cliff 2. So he has 2. So I think he goes 3, 5, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then searches 4. So he's going to go move, 3, move, 5, move, 3, search. That's sort of where he's at. The bad roll would be bats. So that's fine. The warlock. All right. So what the hell is the warlock doing? He's got a little bit of magic jammed up there. Oh, oh, okay, okay. Wow. I think we're gonna hide. Move into the dig. Search 2 times. Hope for the best. Pretty much is where we're at. What I um he's got to run out. So he's going to end up in 2. And I mean, so move, hide, move, move. So I think he's going to shift gears momentarily and head to the wagon. Score that hopefully easy point. Done. She has an extra hide, which she's going to use. So she has an extra hide, an extra move to 4, and then 2 searches. Hopefully she can find that secret path, and she is done. So let's get now to the roll on day 24, and we'll see what appears. Dragons are roaming, which sort of sucks for the witch, I think. So let's see what we got here. The Barrow White goes 1, 2, 3, and then searches. 2 dice, looking for a 4, or a 3, 2, or 1. And he gets it. So he finds this path. So that actually does 2 things. It clicks a navigator. He has 3 and 5. So 3 and 5 are found. So that is good. He has an extra navigator, 3 and 5 found, and he has found the cliff 3 to 6. So That's one of his 2 points, or one of his 3 points is navigator, and he is 2/3 of the way there and only has to find one more of these paths. But he is going to have to spend a couple days maneuvering through this crowd. So, all right, done. What's our guy doing here? Our warlock. Oh, he hides. He moves and then tries to dig. So we're hoping for a good roll, and obviously, and he gets it. So he goes here. He's looking for a 4 or a 1, and that scores him the dig site. Serpents and all. No, it's a 5. Damn it. One more. He's got this. 4. No. Womp womp. Okay. Done. Does anything appear? The lair? The guy's dead. So he is done. The goblin goes 1, 2, 3. So he's going to hide first before he gets up there, but let's see if he does make the hide. He does. So he is hidden when he hits the wagon up. What does the wagon say? The wagon says, nope, wagon. There it is. When you roll a d, when you get there, roll a d6. 1 to 3 is repairs. It's either ogres, bandits, or it's a bandit. So he rolls 1d6. It is a 1. So repairs. The wagon's broken down. Use a quest phase in any clearing in a woods tile to gather wood, and then you do repair phases until you get a 4, 3, 2, or 1. So easy enough. We rolled a 1. We put that on top of the wagon there. So now we know what actually the task is. You didn't know that until you entered, but now we know. So that's it. He is done. So the goblin is done. And now the white witch, she goes down there. She does have a hide phase, of course. So she'll roll it. And this is sort of important because dragons are looming large here. She is going to succeed at that hide, I think. Yes, she does. Done. Searches twice. She's looking for a 3, 2, or 1. Nope. And no. And now all these dragons plop down on her. So, whoop, and clunk. Done. And do we have any more? No, we have no more because there's no more left. Okay, so we are sort of getting to the end of our rope here. So this is the most dangerous day for the barrow white. And actually, maybe you go the other way. I think we go the other way. So we're going to go 6 to 1. So we're going to move 6, move 1, and he is done. So it's not quite as dangerous, still a little dangerous. The goblin knows what he's got to do, so he's going to make a move to 2. So he moves into the woods, does the quest phase, returns to the wagon, does a repair, and we'll call that a P. That's a quest phase done. That's easy enough, right? And he's got to roll for that. Our goblin. Now that is our goblin. The goblin's doing what our warlock we have doing. So this is easy. Goblin. Warlock. He's going to hide and search. And he hopes to hide. And the white witch got dragons all over her. So now it's probably easier to move out than it was to. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3. So she's going to move 6, 3 to 5. Move, extra move 6, extra hide, move 3, move 5. She is done, and that theoretically scores her X Borderland, which could be her 2 points. That puts her in a tie with the goblin. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's roll. This is day 25, I believe. Yep, 25. We're running out of time, as you do. on the last week. 2, serpents and demons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's hiding the warlock. He's got this, and he does hide. He searches 3 times. We're still looking for a 4 or a 1. That's a 4. So he's going to get the dig site. So he scores dig. That is a point. That is his 6th point. So good for him. He gets 5 gold with that. So that's 10 gold now. So that's cool. And a small treasure. So that is our first sort of small treasure from the random small treasures pile. And that is going to be for him. And it is a ointment of steel. Pointless. I mean, it's not pointless. It's armor. So super useful for him, frankly. And he gets a card. I don't know that it matters, but he's going to get a card. And it is Sudden Insight. That's a locate, a free locate, which sucks because it could totally use that right now. I could use that before. His dig site is gone. He has succeeded though, and that gives him 7.5 points. So he has crept up pretty darn good. And I don't think any serpents. We have dank, but they're all out. They're literally right here, where we are. The goblin goes 1 quest, comes back, tries a repair phase, and he fails. So he is stuck there for the moment. And our guy goes up and like that, and he is done. And our witch goes 1, 2, 3. Serpents, demons, slither and slither, but I don't think anything's here to slither to her. So she is safe. That is going to be explore the borderlands, and that's going to score her 2 points, $10. So she's up to $36. She got 2 points for that because it's worth the explorers are worth 2 because no one did them. By the way, for the longest time, we would drop them every time. That's going to give her a gold point because she is now in first place officially with gold. And that gives her 10 points all of a sudden. So she makes a huge leap of 3 points. She's got 10 points to 9 to 7.5 and 7.5. Explore Borderlands goes away. And remember, if she needs to, oh, and she has an extra hide if she needs to, right? Yeah. So she's either hidden or not, but it doesn't matter in this case. And she has Diplomat Ogres now, and she could not care less. I mean, I suppose she could try to meet ogres. She could run up into here and see what that is, and maybe it's ogres, right? And that's what she's going to do. Done. So that was crazy. That was good. That was good shit. Okay. This is day 26 now. So if we did move and then move 4, that puts us in danger of bats. That's the one thing that I'm concerned about here is bats. But we would have explored the cliff. Like this would be plus X cliff, right? And you would get 2 points. And that would put him at 9.5. with the only danger, a 1 in 6 chance that he is going to die. We're doing it. Damn it. We're doing it. Otherwise, you'd have to hide. Now, the nice thing is, if he does it fast, he has 1 day to try to get Navigator 2 and get his last point. So we're obviously going to go for it. And so he is done. The Warlock, though, super happy with what... I'll tell you what the Warlock's going to do. He's going to quest and open the damn pouch. You might as well open the damn thing. There is no reason not to... Well, they can't do it here. Because you don't want to get just outright killed. Does he have any possible thing that he could do? So what's the best that could happen? The best that could happen with the Warlock would be, where is he at money wise? 10. He could, yeah, he's at 10. He could still only get 28. It's just not quite enough. He can't catch the Barrow Wight. He was possibly going to catch the White Witch when she had 26, but now he doesn't have enough to catch her. But he is neutral with the soldiers, right? No, he is unfriendly with the soldiers. They don't get along with him at all. So he could go in there and he could piss them off. If he doesn't piss them off, he can sell to them, score 4 gold, and possibly 18. Now, super rare that he would score 18. But let's say he scores 15. So 19 gold, still not quite enough. You would literally have to get 22, and that would give him 30, or 21. So he'd have to roll a 17 or 18, sell the Ointment of Steel, and he would steal a gold point from the Barrow Wight, and that would give him 8.5 points, which is great. But the actual chance that it's not going to win with that in any case, and you do have a big chance of dying. Now, if we were in some kind of long-running Grand Prix tournament or something, then maybe we care and we play it safe here. Is there anything that we can do in 2 days that would actually help our cause? I mean, we could slay a troll, but that's unlikely at this juncture. We could find the wood folk at the house. So I think so. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. We are going to move to the house. We're going to hide and hide and hide. Done. So we are going to sit and we're going to hide and we're going to hope maybe that we can get the wood folk there, in which case we're going to quest, and that's going to give us, again, it's a point. It's 8.5. It's not going to... And then we become friendly with them. And again, it's not a huge deal, but at least it gives you, that point. And I don't think there's much else that we really can do. And I'll be honest, I'm not a giant fan. Sorry, Casey. I'm not a giant fan of so many of his chits having 2 asterisks. I get it, he's supposed to have to rest all the time. But I mean, he has to anyway. Right? I mean, like that's a lot of time to rest. It's a whole day of rest plus an extra spell phase. So that is 5 phases of rest to cast 1 black spell. You know, or very similar, a whole day to cast a purple spell. So even if he cast whatever to nuke these guys, and you know, he could, right? He could nuke them and melt into mist. He could ambush the shit out of these dudes. But he's gonna go and yeah, you know what? He will go and he will actually. That's what he's going to do. He's going to hide once, and he's going to rest 2 times. There you go. That'll get him a chip back. And actually, it'll get him more than a chip because he could trade. He could grab one of these and drag this. He could drag, so he can do that in a day. He can have all his crap back, and then maybe he edges out. So we'll see what happens. But that's what he's going to do right now. Done. Our number 3, our goblin. Our goblin has effectively repair phases until he rolls a 4 or 1, and he's going to do that, and he is done. And he does have to look. So if he sells 16, 18, 21 bucks, he could surpass the barrel white, and he could tie the white witch in money. He's going to keep this because that great treasure is 2 points. You can't beat that. So I think we're going to, once we do that, I think we have a plan. So, okay, done. And then the White Witch. I mean, she's explored what she's explored. She's sort of done. Oh, 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 oh. Is that? I mean, because that living sword, we in our home games, we count that as a great treasure, which would suck because it really means that she's gonna win. Um, because she's just gonna have so we do because at home we do. If you got one of these, any gold thing is a great treasure. So 1.5, and that 1.5 is him and her because they split that. That gives her 10, 11 and a half, and steals half a point from him, 8.5. So yeah, that puts her in the driver's seat for sure. So okay, so her thing now is going to simply be she's going to go 1, 2, and 3 into the oak woods. Done. So she's going to move into the oak woods, and she is done. And so we are complete now. Let's roll on day 26. Let's see what that monster roll actually is. Oh, it's bats. That is absolutely the worst for our guy. That is the worst goddamn roll we possibly could have gotten. So let's do the thing. And that could mean the end of the barrel white, very simply. So she goes 1, 2, 3. Flips that, it's the small campfire. And the small campfire is irrelevant because it's in that weird side of the cavern, which no one's ever going to go to. So she is done. She was hoping for the ogres. The barrel white goes 1, 2. He was hoping for nothing. Instead, he's going to get 3 damn bats. If it was 1 bat, I'm all for it. 3 bats, he is probably dead. I don't know that he has any actual recourse for 3 bats. He does score Explore the Cliff, technically. So that is his 7th card point. And that does give him 8.5, because I think he lost some points there at some point and we didn't do it. But explore the cliff, and he does gain the ability to move easily in the mountain clearings for at least the first day. He's got the bow out. It's not going to help him. And he is done for the moment. The Sorcerer Warlock. The Sorcerer Warlock is going to go down here. He hides, and he is going to rest 2 times. And he's going to rest, and he's going to make change like that. So we'll roll for the hide. That's sort of important. He's not hidden. So he is done. And then the goblin is going to try to repair the dam. What is the actual number you need for the wagon? He got 4, 3, 2, or 1. So he actually succeeds on the wagon. So he's going to repair the wagon. Reward for 1 through 5 is 1 VP. So the goblin gets a point. He gets his 6th card. Do wagon. That's a point. That's his 6th card. He's going to take the $8. It probably doesn't help him, by the way, but he's going to take the $8 to get $23. And there you go. Because yeah, he's chasing $30. He has 9.5 points. The wagon's been scored, so it goes away. But I think he's done. Let's roll real quick on the unfriendly chart for the Warlock. Oh, they block and battle the hell out of him. Oh, and he can't run, so he's got a melt in the mist. So he pops this, and he's gone. This guy is pretty much just dead. But let's try it anyway, because you never flippin' know what happens. So, I mean, sometimes you do. Sometimes you do know. Like, that's actually not true. You don't never know. Sometimes you goddamn know. We're going to shoot here with this, and nothing we do matters. They're all going to hit us. And he's going to do medium damage, and he's going to uber wound us. Done. That is simply the case. So what we need to do, strangely enough, is we need to cover this spot here and hope that we kill this guy. So we're targeting this guy, and we're actually hoping that he lines up. It's a 1/3 chance that this dude lines up. That's what we need, because that's the one who's going to super wound us, is the one that's not hitting us there. And since we can't, you know what? I'm gonna play this. It'll fatigue, but if they flip, I will take less hits. That's sort of what I'm going for. So here we go. Hoping for a 1 or a 4. 4. So everybody stays put. Now we're hoping to flip all of them if possible. That's 1 does not flip. The second one does not flip. Come on, third one doesn't flip. Damn it. So everybody's going to hit us. We are longest. We're doing light damage right now. We need to roll double 1s. Yeah, no. So we do no damage. So instead, these 2 guys are going to hit the armor at the same time. They damage the armor. They both do a wound, and this guy does a serious wound, and we fatigue. So, we're going to take 2 plus 3, 5 wounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sure. Take 5 wounds. We do have to fatigue. Yes, we played a move. We have to fatigue a move. Done. There we are. And that's just round 1. Our weapon hit, which is unfortunate because now we're not fast enough. We don't flip effectively is the point. So, I mean, I suppose we'll try again. Suppose we'll try to shoot him. I don't think it's there's any point. 3. So these two guys flip. So we're not going to hit anybody anyway. That's probably for the best. Does the first guy flip? No. Does the second guy flip? No. Does the third guy flip? No. So we missed. The bow flips. That's great. We're going to take, so this goes away because it's hit damage, and we take 2 plus 4, 6 wounds, 1, 2, 3, and we are dead. The Barrow White dies while he explores the cliff. So, okay. I mean, that is what it is. You sort of knew that was going to happen. We had to melt into mist down here. She's not finding any ogres up there. Is there anything we can actually do for any of the characters? I don't know that there is. So the warlock. So I think the warlock's going to move 2. And then he is going to spell X, spell X, and spell for sure. He is going to rest. He is going to hide. No, he doesn't need to hide, so heck with that. So no, not even. He's not even going to bother. He's going to hide. He's going to extra spell X. He's going to spell. He's going to spell. So he's going to have 2 chits ready to go. And then he will rest. There you go. Done. And you know what? He's not going to rest. I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to quest. Because he's opening that pouch. He has 23 bucks. The Barrow White's dead. I mean, he still keeps his gold tally and everything. That's fine. If he can beat 30 gold, he's going to take a point. So he's going to try to take that damn point. And if he can score, he's not going to get prowess. He's already second in prowess. Yeah. It at least behooves him to try to get the gold point off of the Barrow White. That would give him 10.5. It puts him in striking distance. I just don't know there's nothing left to do on the last day. You could, I mean, at the best you can kill one guy. So, but whatever, we're gonna do what we do. Done. That's the warlock. The goblin. I mean, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the goblin's gonna move to the vault, and he's gonna search. Maybe you get lucky, or oh yeah, the warlock's not at 23. The warlock is at $10. So yeah, the warlock is the goblin's the one who has to worry about. No, I think he's going to rest. The goblin is the one. So the goblin has 16, 19, 21. So 21 gets him 34 gold. So the goblin has 0 gold points. He can get a point. Damn it. He could get 2 points and tie, but not where he's at right now. He is. So you can go 1, 2, 3 and search, and if he gets super lucky, he finds it. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can't trade. So I think we go hide, move to the inn, trade, and we're going to try to sell. As a last-ditch effort, we're going to sell our crap. Are we pissy toward the rogues? We are not. Done. And then the White Witch, I mean, look, she was trying to find ogres. She didn't find ogres. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. She won't find them. So I think she is done. So really what we're going to do is not going to worry about her as much. We will roll real quick the monster roll for 27. It is a 6, so more bats. The barrel weight is dead. The warlock is hiding. He's going to flip that. He's going to flip that. He's going to rest that. And he is done. Nothing appears with him. So he is done. He is dead. He's done. And then the goblin goes in. He is hidden. He fails to hide. He's going to trade 2 times with the rogues. So let's roll on the neutral table. We're only rolling to not get in trouble. He does. And he does. So he can't sell. He has another trade phase. He succeeds. So, okay, he's going to sell his crap. So all of this, 16, 17, 18, 21. So on day 27, we score 21 gold? Oh my, okay. Right. That's a lot of gold all of a sudden. He has 44 gold. Don't do math on stream, kids. Don't do math on stream. He's going to take 2 points. 0, 1. Let's see where we're at now all of a sudden, because all of a sudden, that looks pretty good for the goblin. So we have 7.5. So he drops a point. Now he's dead, but he drops a point. The warlock is where he is. The goblin has 10, 11.5. She has 7, 8.5, 9, 10.5. So he uses that last day sale to overtake her. And I don't think she has anything she can do with that. 4 gold's not going to cut it. I think that's your final score right there. At most, your warlock can kill a single guy with a death thing. And he can kill him automatically, probably. But at most, he kills a single dude. So we're not even going to go there. So on day 28, so I think that's your score. Technically, the barrel weight is dead. So in a tournament, we'd reduce his score by 2. He has 5.5 points. The warlock scores 7.5. He doesn't do bad. Actually, he picked up really well that last week. And the goblin and the white witch just took off with it. That was pretty good. That was a fun. I love, by the way. Now I'm sad she didn't get to use that damn sword that she picked up. But that's sort of the way of the quest game, is that you're usually preoccupied and you're trying to get stuff done. And that is where we ended up. The Goblin did a lot of killing. Good for him. Score is 11.5. The Goblin wins by a point on the last, really the next to last day, by swiping the gold, by just grabbing a bunch of gold, and again, winning just enough, right? He fixes the wagon, that's 8 gold. He sells all his shit, that's 21 gold. So at the last 3 days, he gets 29 gold, and that catapults him ahead. So that's it. This was a fun game. I appreciate you sticking around for it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.